yesterday's plans for quite a dawn. Coffee ring on the notebook like a second son. Started 14 verses, finished none. Drums on the hoodie, time on delay. The universe ain't asking me to rush today. Got a phone full of names I forgot to call, and the silence so loud it could fill the hall. Gravel in the gospel, smoke between the lines. I preach from the bottom of unfinished rhymes. No crown, no altar, just a lamp and a pen, and the courage to fall apart and begin again. Dust on the turntable, needle finding home. Every skip a sentence that I left alone. I don't write to finish, I write to feel. The difference between what's honest and what's real. Didn't brush my teeth till the afternoon ahead. Watch the ceiling fan conduct a private gig. Thought about calling mama, thought about the rent. Then I thought about the things I never meant. Gravel in the gospel, smoke between the lines. I preach from the bottom of unfinished rhymes. No crown, no altar, just a lamp and a pen, and the courage to fall apart and begin. Yeah, the gospel got gravel in it. Truth always does. I live in the mornings of a day where the world outside forgot my name. Same sweater 3 days running out, but the rhymes inside me burn the same. Steam from the mug, drawing maps of nowhere. I follow them like prophecy. Old songs half remembered on the speaker, and a low fire burning quietly. Slow dissolve, slow dissolve. I don't break, I just resolve into something soft and true. Slow dissolve, start anew. Didn't need the noise to find a signal. Didn't need a crowd to know I'm here. All the quiet things that linger, like smoke that takes a month to disappear. Found a poem in the water stain above me. Found a sermon in the fridge hung low. Found a rhythm in the creak of old wood settling, and a life inside the things I let go. Slow dissolve, slow dissolve. I don't break, I just resolve to something soft and true. Starting new. Yeah, the dissolving ain't dying. Sometimes it's the only way through. Maps of where I've been. Pillow still holds the shape of 3 a.m. I don't make the bed no more, I read it. Every wrinkle is a truth I haven't said yet. pastor never told me that the sacred could be hiding in a half-lit room, but I found more God in Tuesday's haze than any polished Sunday afternoon. Unmade bed theology, tangled in truth. The holy lives in the mess I move through. No hymn, no, just bread and rhyme. Divinity dripping through the cracks of time. Built a church from cigarette philosophy. Congregation of one in a robe and socks. Every drag a deacon, every exhale a prayer, every silence a sermon that nobody clocks. The world says rise and grind and prove. I say sit and breathe and groove. Not every seed needs sunlight right away. Some grow deeper when you look away. Unmade bed theology, tangled and true. The holy lives in the mess I move through. No hymn, no, just breath and rhyme. Divinity dripping through the cracks of time. Still, that's where the real stuff lives. In the still. Don't ask me what I'm doing with my life. I'm doing it right now, just slow. Building a cathedral out of carbon and letting the smoke tell me what I know. Every philosopher I ever read was probably sitting just like this. Half a coffee, half a thought, half a window, and some beautiful unfinished bits. Nicotine philosophy, lo-fi truth. I decoded living in my bulletproof booth. No podium, no platform, just a yellow stained page. And the wisdom that comes from a minimum wage. Cam was complicated, Cam is at a point, but neither one of them rolled a joint. And sat with the weight of an ordinary day and found that the ordinary was okay. I don't need enlightenment to drop in my lap. I find it between the verses in the gap. In the moment before I know what to say. When the truth hangs in the air like Saturday. Nicotine philosophy, lo-fi truth. I decoded living in my bulletproof booth. No podium, no platform, just a yellow stained page. And the wisdom that comes from a minimum wage. Yeah. Still thinking, still burning, still here. They're safer there, they don't corrode. A girl named June who smelled like cedar, a a summer I couldn't afford. My old man's laugh on a bad phone line. A dog I loved who left too soon. 100 conversations I rehearsed alone. At 2, at 3, beneath the moon. Paper archive, nothing lost. Everything preserved in what it cost. I hold it all inside the haze. The ones I love, the better days. Some folks keep their grief in boxes and albums in a drawer behind a lock. I keep mine in the ritual of evening. In the lighters, click the small smoke clock. And when I need to feel it all again, I just sit quiet, let the moment breathe. And everything I archived in the vapor comes rising back like something I believe. Vapor archive, nothing lost. Everything preserved in what it costs.
The couch knows things that I don't say out loud. They hold the shape of every 4 a.m. The lamp has watched me cry twice without asking. The bookshelf holds the books I haven't read yet. Amen. This apartment is my evidence of living. Every stain a chapter, every scratch a line. The coffee table bears my ring collection. Every cup a meeting place of yours and mine. Furniture gospel soft and warm. Holiness in the place is torn. The table preaches, the walls respond. I'm the prophet of the space beyond. Windowsill got cigarette philosophy. Floor got rhythm from the ears of walking through. The bathroom mirror see me falling, gotta see me lie to myself and find what's true. Every corner of this place remembers. Every corner holds a different me. The one who had ambitions on a Monday, and the one who let them go on Wednesday. Free furniture gospel soft and warm. Holiness in the place is torn. The table breaches, the walls just sprung. I'm the prophet of this place beyond. This place got a soul. Built it slow. One bad day at a time.
They wanted me to be a different frequency, loud, polished, sharp, and fast. I tried that channel for a minute,
and burn myself to nothing in the blast. So I tune back down to the static, where the signal's rough but it's my own, where the hits between the notes is music, and the silence in the gap is home. Static saint, blessed by noise, holy in the in-between the voice. I don't broadcast, I just receive the truth that only quiet can retrieve. They say speak up, speak out, be heard. I say the loudest thing I ever said was nothing in a room at midnight, letting all the unsaid fill my head. The static ain't the absence of a signal, it's every signal layered into one. I hear the world inside the white noise, I hear it clearest when the talking's done. Static saint, blessed by noise, holy in the in-between the voice. I don't broadcast, I just receive the truth that only quiet can retrieve. Tuned in always, just not to what you transmitted. I see visions in the bottom of a mug, I read futures in the ashtrays. I find prophecy in water stains, ceiling cracks, and revelations in a broken heart. Don't need a mountain or a burning bush, don't need a vision loud enough to shake. I find the sacred in the unremarkable, in the ordinary things that quietly ache. Low budget mystic, kitchen table seer, the divine shows up when nobody's here. No rose, no candle, just a dim lamp burning, and a soul that's always slowly learning. Every coincidence is a conversation, every dream a letter from somewhere deep, every stranger's face a familiar haunting, every truth that rises out of sleep. I wrote a scripture on a Wendy's napkin, left it on the seat of the downtown train. Maybe someone riding home at midnight read the thing and never felt the same. Low budget mystic, kitchen table seer, the divine shows up when nobody's here. No robes, no candles, just a dim lamp burning, soul that's always slowly learning. The sacred don't require a budget, just attention. Another version of myself last year, suited up and sharpened on the clock. That version checked the boxes, paid the dues, then quietly sat down and couldn't stop. Stop feeling, stop dreaming, stop the slow drip, the honest thought that makes a person whole.
Traded in the vinyl for a playlist, and somewhere in the trade I lost a soul. Carbon copy, blues, Xerox paint. Every copy made of me the same, till I crumpled up the perfect version and went back to being honest in the rain. Now I live inside the original draft, the unedited, unpolished, unreviewed, the version with the crossouts in the margins, the version that is actually truly me and true. The scars don't copy clean, they smear and spread, and that's exactly how you know they're real. I'd rather be the mess that has the feeling than the masterpiece that doesn't know the feel. Carbon copy, blues, Xerox paint. Every copy made of me the same, till I crumpled up the perfect version and went back to being honest in the rain. The original's always rougher. That's the point. Enough that time forgot its manners. Early enough the birds ain't up yet either. Sitting in the pocket between both worlds, a low-grade prophet and a slow believer. Beat moving like molasses in December. Arriving like they drove from far. Every syllable a small act of survival. Every verse a window, not a scar. Velvet static, soft as bone. I find the frequency when I'm alone. No rush, no verdict, no one keeping score. Just the truth of what I'm living for. Tried the fast lane once and left my fingerprints on every surface I was rushing past. Never saw the details, never caught the color, never understood that slow things always last. Incense curling, mixer warm, beat breathing. The room itself is exhaling with me now. I don't need to understand the meaning, just need to feel it, and the rest is how. Velvet static, soft as bone. I find a frequency when I'm alone. No rush, no verdict, no one keeping score. Just the truth of what I'm living for. This the frequency. Right here. Don't touch the dial. There's a residue to moving slow. With
Patina that coast, the things you know. It ain't dirt, it ain't decay. It's just the evidence of being here each day. My grandmother added on the windowsill the plants, the amber bottles quiet still. The life compressed into the corners of a room, a kind of beauty that the fast world can't consume. Residue, residue, the film that forms from me and you. The mark we leave when reaches me. The only thing we actually kill. I leave my residue on notebooks, mugs, and time. On verses nobody asked for, on Nietzsche's finished rhyme. On the couch, on the window, on the night, on every single thing I held up to the light. They want it clean, they want it fresh and new, but I want the version soaked in residue. The version lived in real. The version that you actually feel. Residue, residue, the film that formed from me and you. The mark we leave when we just leave. The only thing we actually give. Leave something behind, even if it's small. Especially the small. For the ones who live between the hours no one writes about. The 2 p.m. on another Wednesday, when the mean is somewhere out. When the coffee's cold, the draft's unfinished, when the motivation left without a note. When you're not depressed, not ecstatic, just existing in the hours in between remote. Half-lit hours in between the name, the spaces where the real self can't be tamed. Where nothing happens and the nothing's full, where you feel the gentle, constant pull. Something that you can't quite put in language, or something that you feel before you think. Something like the sense that you are breathing, and the breathing is enough to keep the link to everything that makes you who you are. To every note, to every half-formed thought, to every morning that you found the music and realized the silence can't be bought. Half-lit hours in between the names, the spaces where the real self can't be tamed. Where nothing happens and the nothing's full, where you feel the gentle, constant pull. Yeah. The half-lit hours are the one. If you know, you know.
Living at a burn rate, the economists don't track. Spending time on silence, not on getting something back. Investment portfolio, one couch, one pen, one flame. Return on introspection, I'll never be the same. They say you gotta hustle, gotta stack, gotta climb. I say you gotta sit sometimes and listen to the rhyme that comes from nowhere in particular, and everywhere you've been, that lives inside the margin between losing and the win. Burn rate slow, return rate real. I'm cashing out on everything I feel. No ticker, no market, no quarterly report. Just the currency of time I can't afford to cut short. 3 days in the same zip code of myself. Didn't check the notifications on the shelf. Didn't perform for anyone, didn't explain. Just sat inside the music and the rain. And what I built in those 3 quiet days was something that the hustle never paid. A kind of reckoning, a kind of peace, a contract with myself. I signed an ash and release. No quarterly report, just the currency of time I can't afford to cut short. Slow is a strategy. That's the river. City outside, going neon and loud. I'm in here going quiet in the crowd. On my own thoughts, we just crowding up. When the thoughts are honest, living rough. Monk life in a studio apartment. Contemplation with a low-fi beat. No monastery, just 4 walls and a window, and a city that I watch but never meet. Neon mom in a light, I practice peace in the dead of night. Not hiding from the world, just choosing slow. I know the chaos, I just let it go. Discipline of this particular stillness, a rigor in the refusal to rush, a kind of training that the gym can't offer. For all to sitting with yourself unhushed. I ring no bell, I keep no formal hours, but every quiet breath's a kind of prayer. Every verse a mantra softly spoken. Every moment proof that I was there. Neon mom in a light, I practice peace in the dead of night. Not hiding from the world, just choosing slow. I know the chaos, I just let it go.
down the street found me. Turned out it was here the whole time.
Verses written, the ones left inside. The things we show, the things we hide. I've been sitting in this room for years, cataloging joy, cataloging fears, finding rhythm in the ordinary ache, finding peace in each deliberate mistake. Action always end in now. I found the forgot the how. Doesn't matter, still I breathe and rhyme. Still I find the sacred in the slowness of time. When they find this notebook years from now, yellow pages, rings from cups somehow, still carrying the warmth of where it's at, still humming low with all of this and that hat. They'll know someone lived here unhurried. Someone chose to slow and wasn't worried. Someone burned the hours into art and made a quiet gospel of a quiet heart.